Freshman year of university, I was far from home, renting a room and sharing it with three other buddies. One from Michigan, one from Florida, and one from Hawaii. The most remarkable was the guy from Michigan. His skin was dark, his thighs were huge, firm, and muscular. He said he'd carried firewood with his father in the forest since he was a kid, so his thighs were his best feature. His back muscles were tight. Whenever he stretched, they bulged beautifully. His chest was also very well built. In short, he looked really strong. Being a country boy, I heard his family lived way up in the mountains, so in terms of girls, he was pretty deprived. That's why he was obsessed with women, really lustful. As for me, on the outside, I blended in well, joking and hanging out with the guys, but no one knew I was into men. So every time we bathed, I had the chance to secretly admire him. Oh, I almost forgot. His name was James, and because of his dark, healthy skin, everyone nicknamed him James Black, Black James. In the room, I was the closest with him since we shared the top bunks of the two bunk beds placed side by side. He was always on his phone, chatting with girls on Ola, babbling endlessly. After half a year of living together, I noticed his family rarely sent him money, while my parents always took good care of me. So I decided to share my money with him. Basically, it was like I let him spend with me, but in truth, I was just giving him money. His family only sent him a few $100,000 every 3 months, while my parents and older sister sent me gifts and money every week, usually through neighbors who happened to travel to the South. Then he got a girlfriend, also a student. He even told me he had already slept with her. He was so honest, whatever happened, he shared it with me. And he used that shared money of ours to take her out, dates, food, even hotels. But looking back, he really owed me big time. One time he told me, "Robert, without you, I wouldn't be living this comfortably today, right?" He meant being carefree with money. I half joked, half serious. "One day I'll make you do something for me to pay off that debt." He just laughed with squinted eyes, not knowing that Wolf Robert had already plotted a scheme. That afternoon, the two of us were lying down for a nap, while the other two roommates had gone out to the internet coffee. Lying next to him, I saw him half asleep, shirtless, his broad chest rising and falling softly. One arm rested on his forehead, showing a patch of hair under his arm and the bulging muscle of his bicep. He wore tight football shorts that barely covered his powerful thighs and huge calves. He was lying on his back, one leg bent, and the edge of his underwear peeked out from under his shorts. With such a tempting sight right next to me, I could hardly contain myself any longer. After thinking for a while, I decided that today would be the day he paid his debt to me. I gently placed my hand on his chest, slowly caressing it. He remained still, breathing evenly. Emboldened, I let my hand wander down to his stomach. My heart was pounding out of my chest, but I couldn't resist. His body was simply too perfect. Little by little, my hand slipped lower. Then suddenly, he twitched, grabbed my wrist, and turned to stare at me in shock, as if he couldn't believe what was happening. I froze, staring back, my hand still caught where it wasn't supposed to be. In a trembling voice, I whispered, "I like this, just go along with it. You don't have to do anything, just close your eyes." For a few seconds, silence filled the room. I feared he might lash out at me, but instead, he turned his face away, sighed deeply, and lay back down without a word. His reaction felt like reluctant acceptance. Perhaps because he owed me so much, he decided to give in. Overjoyed, I quickly secured the door, then climbed back onto the bed. He still lay there, eyes shut, facing the other way. I carefully slid off his shorts, and he didn't resist. What followed was me finally giving in to my long-suppressed desire, exploring him more and more boldly. Though he never said a word, his body responded, tense yet yielding. The quiet room was filled only with the sound of my heartbeat and his heavy breathing, until at last, he shuddered, unable to hold back anymore. I felt both triumphant and overwhelmed, savoring the moment I had dreamed about for so long. One time, James came back from playing soccer while I was lying on the bed reading online news. The other two roommates were fast asleep, snoring away. I rarely napped, even at noon. As soon as James took off his sweaty t-shirt, tossed it into the laundry basket, and stepped into the bathroom, closing the door behind him, I quickly climbed down from my bed. I had to seize every little chance I could. I was curious too, since I had never been that close to him right after a sweaty game. Usually, he was always fresh and clean, lying on the bed with his eyes closed. But now I wanted to see how he would react if I got close to him while he was still sweaty and standing in the bathroom. I quietly pushed the bathroom door open and stepped inside. James was standing there brushing his teeth. When he saw me through the mirror, he mumbled with a mouth full of foam, "What is it now?" Again, I grinned mischievously and raised a finger to my lips. "Sure, they're asleep." He seemed hesitant, probably worried that if the other two suddenly woke up and came in, things would get awkward. After all, he was used to just lying still on the bed and letting me take the lead, not standing in the bathroom like this. Still, he didn't stop me, just kept brushing his teeth in silence. I reassured him softly, "Don't worry, I'll keep it light." He glanced at me and muttered, The moment he said that, I pulled off my t-shirt and wrapped my arms around his solid back from behind. As expected, his body was still drenched in sweat, so it was good I had taken off my shirt. I let my hands explore his chest, rubbing and teasing, while pressing myself against him. He shifted uncomfortably, but I only held him tighter, savoring the warmth of his body. One hand explored further while the other teased him, and I rested my chin on his shoulder. Through the mirror, I could see him glancing at me with a mix of annoyance and shyness. When he bent over the sink to rinse his mouth, I couldn't resist jokingly grinding against him from behind. He pushed back at me in protest, making me wish I could take things further, but for now, it was just a fantasy. When he turned to face me, I quickly pushed him gently against the wall, tugging at his shorts. He didn't resist, though he remained unresponsive, clearly unsure of what to do. I tried to please him my own way, but he stayed quiet, hands pressed to the wall, avoiding my eyes. No matter what I did, he didn't seem to get excited. Maybe he was just tired from soccer, or maybe standing in the bathroom felt too awkward. Realizing the situation wasn't going anywhere, I stopped. Before leaving, I teased him one last time, giving him a playful squeeze and whispering, "You're not very sensitive, are you?" He chuckled, reaching out as if to smack me on the head, but I slipped away laughing.